On Thursday, November 6th, US President Donald Trump will host a landmark summit at the White House, bringing together the leaders of Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan under the C5+1 format, the diplomatic framework that joins the 5 Central Asian states, C5, with the United States plus 1. The meeting is a rare diplomatic thrust aimed at reshaping Eurasia's balance of power, with a particular emphasis on supply chain security, critical minerals, and new transport corridors that are intended to bypass both Russia and China. For the United States, the summit presents an opportunity to reassert its influence in a region long overshadowed by Moscow and Beijing. For the Central Asian governments, it offers a chance to secure political recognition, attract investment, and build leverage in their delicate balancing act among great powers. As Andrew Danieri, Associate Director at the Atlantic Council's Eurasia Center, observes, some of the Central Asian states have been crying out for more engagement from the US, especially investment and deeper diplomatic engagement. If the C5+1 presidential summit can catalyze both of those things, it will be a strategically significant moment for Washington and for Central Asia, as some of them try to rely less on Russia and China. US engagement with Central Asia has often been episodic, a flurry of attention following crises, then long stretches of diplomatic neglect. The fact that the C5+1 framework, first launched under the Barack Obama administration, is now elevated to a presidential-level summit signals a possible shift toward a more enduring approach. Senior U.S. officials indicate the administration hopes to diversify access to energy and mineral resources, reduce choke point risks along Eurasian transit routes, and expand the presence of U.S. companies in the region. But much will hinge on whether this summit turns ideas into action or remains largely symbolic. As one former U.S. diplomat notes, Washington has a history of showing up when it's convenient. The question is whether this time will be different. This summit unfolds against a backdrop of deepening Russia-China coordination in Eurasia. Since Moscow's invasion of Ukraine, Russia's economic and logistical ties with its southern neighbors have only grown, as sanctions have forced it to reroute trade through Central Asia. At the same time, China's Belt and Road Initiative continues to reshape regional infrastructure, anchoring Beijing's economic dominance from Almaty to Ashgabat. U.S. President Donald Trump, whose relations with both Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese General Secretary Xi Jinping remain under scrutiny, faces a delicate balance. While his aides speak of reducing overdependence on Moscow and Beijing, few expect a direct confrontation. Veteran U.S. diplomat Richard Kauslerich, who served as the president's deputy special representative to the newly independent states from 1993 to 1994, reflects, "Given Trump's close relations with Putin and Xi, I can't imagine he will want to use this meeting to challenge Russian and Chinese interests in Central Asia. He may, however, try to connect the middle corridor with the TRIPP corridor. The US may try to solidify a deal for Kazakh uranium, but I'm not sure the region has much new to offer on the energy front." From Washington's perspective, the real long-term prize may lie in what analysts call the middle corridor, the trans-Eurasian link from China to Europe via Central Asia and the South Caucasus that offers an alternative to routes dominated by Russia or Iran. Some U.S. strategists believe Washington may also signal interest in Kazakhstan's uranium and rare earth sectors, though region watchers caution that Central Asia does not yet hold radical new energy offers to the U.S. How much the summit will influence the war in Ukraine remains uncertain. The Central Asian states have carefully balanced their ties, steering clear of explicit endorsement of Russia's annexations while not fully aligning with Kyiv or Western capitals. That ambiguity, combined with Trump's own vacillating stance on Ukraine aid, complicates the picture. Kauslerich adds, "I don't think the summit will have a significant impact regarding Ukraine. It will depend on how Trump feels when he meets the others at the summit. Still, the optics matter. Inviting 5 post-Soviet leaders to Washington at a moment when Kyiv is seeking ongoing Western backing may carry symbolic weight. Analysts suggest that even if Ukraine is not front and center, the summit sends a signal. The US still intends to play a role in the Eurasian space. For Trump, the gathering offers more than geopolitics. It aligns with his administration's push for a more business-oriented foreign policy. The White House has hinted at a package of investment incentives for U.S. companies in mining, logistics, and energy. Officials have also floated potential mediation roles for Trump in resolving regional border disputes between Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, a move that could burnish his image as a dealmaker abroad. Kauslerich quips, he needs another war to settle in his quest for a Nobel Peace Prize. Experts caution against overstating expectations. Central Asia's leaders are pragmatic, says a Washington-based analyst who has advised multiple administrations. They'll take American investment and attention, but they won't burn bridges with Moscow or Beijing to get it. Whether the November 6th summit produces concrete deliverables or becomes just another diplomatic photo op remains to be seen. But in a region where symbolism often matters as much as substance, simply convening the C5+1 in Washington sends a powerful message. As one senior Central Asian diplomat puts it privately, we don't expect miracles. But we do expect the US to stay interested this time.